Hello and welcome to Larissa's Kitchen. Today we're baking up a batch of peanut munchies. These chocolate cookies have a delightfully surprising center, and if you haven't figured out by their name, it's peanut butter. If you're looking for a new cookie to satisfy your sweet tooth, consider giving these a try. Okay, I've got the oven preheated to 350 degrees and I have my speed bake on. That's my convection oven. We're going to make these cookies in two parts. First we're going to make the filling, the peanut butter filling, and then we'll go ahead and make the chocolate cookie. The peanut butter filling is very simple. You just need 3/4 of a cup of powdered sugar and 1/2 cup of creamy peanut butter. Okay, we're going to mix this by hand. We don't want to use a hand mixer because we'll end up generating heat and that'll cause the peanut butter to get oily. Okay, we are going to eventually have to knead this by hand for just a little bit, so we want to get it incorporated as much as possible before we start kneading it by hand. Alright, so first I'm going to press this together, and then I'm going to turn it out onto this flexible cutting mat. Okay, we're just going to press this out with our hands first, and wherever it cracks, you need to press it back together again. We want it to be in a rectangle because we're going to have to cut it into 32 even pieces. Okay, and then I'm just going to use a rotary cutter and a straight edge to cut this into 32 even pieces. Okay, we're going to set this aside and get started on the cookies. We're going to start by creaming together 1/2 cup of butter, 1/4 cup of peanut butter, 1/2 cup of white sugar, and 1/2 cup of packed brown sugar. While our fats and sugars are creaming, we're going to go ahead and mix together 1½ cups of all-purpose flour, 1/2 cup of unsweetened cocoa powder, 1/2 teaspoon baking soda, and a pinch of salt. With the mixer on low, we're going to go ahead and add in 1 extra large egg, a teaspoon of vanilla, and a tablespoon of milk. Next up, we slowly add in this flour and chocolate mixture. We just want to mix this until it's completely combined. We don't want to overmix it or else our cookies can get tough. Okay, I'm just getting all of the flour and chocolate completely combined. Now we need to divide this dough into 32 pieces. So I'm going to be using a 2 teaspoon disher. I'm going to lay out the 32 pieces. I may have a little bit left over, so I may have to evenly redistribute it. For each cookie, we need to roll a piece of peanut butter into a ball. Then we need to roll the cookie dough into a ball and press a thumbprint into it. Then we're going to go ahead and put the piece of peanut butter into the thumbprint and gently ease the cookie dough around the peanut butter. We don't want to work it too much or else these cookies can get tough. Now, if you find that the cookie dough is starting to stick to your hands, you can go ahead and rinse your hands under cold water, make sure that they're dry, and then go back to working with this cookie dough. Finally, we're going to dip a drinking cup into sugar and then flatten each one of these cookies just a little bit. We're going to bake these cookies one tray at a time for about 10 minutes each. Once these cookies come out of the oven, they have to immediately come off the hot pan. To check to make sure that they're done, they should just be barely set. Cookies are better if they're underdone rather than overdone. Okay, let's give one of these cookies a taste. Soft, peanut buttery, delicious. While our fats and sugars are creaming, we're going to go ahead and mix together 1½ cups of all-purpose flour,
half of a cup of cocoa.
How much is this again? Okay.